You have done everything right. You have a savings account with a number that would have shocked you 5 years ago. You have an emergency fund. You have money tucked away for a rainy day that never seems to come. And yet, something is off. You still feel rushed, still feel stretched, still feel like time is a luxury you cannot afford. You look at your savings and think, this should have bought me peace by now, but it hasn't. You save more, you cut deeper, you work harder, and the feeling stays the same. This looks like a lack of discipline, but it is actually the opposite. It is too much discipline aimed at the wrong target. And the quiet question you were probably afraid to ask is this: what if saving was never the destination? What if it was just the beginning? Let me say this gently. If you have spent years being responsible with money and you still feel like you're running out of time, you are not bad with money. You are not greedy. You are not ungrateful. You are experiencing the hidden limit of the saving mindset. Saving is protective. Saving is smart. Saving keeps you safe from emergencies. But saving cannot buy you back a single hour of your life, and your brain knows this. Deep down, your brain is starting to realize that a pile of cash you never touch is not freedom. It is just a pile. You feel restless, confused, like you missed a turn somewhere. You did not miss it, you just outgrew the map you were using. Here's where this behavior shows up first. You look at your calendar. It's full, back to back. You have no time to cook, so you eat fast. No time to exercise, so you feel tired. No time to think, so you react instead of choose. And in the back of your mind, you think, once I save a little more, I'll take a break. Once I hit that number, I'll slow down. But the number comes and goes, and the break never comes. Because the saving mindset does not know how to stop. It only knows how to accumulate. It was built for scarcity, for danger, for the fear that everything could disappear tomorrow. That fear kept you safe when you had nothing, but now you have something, and the fear remains. That is not a failure. That is a tool that has outlived its usefulness. Think about the last time you paid for convenience. A cleaner, a delivery, a taxi instead of the bus. Did you feel guilty? Most people do, because the saving mindset says convenience is wasteful. It says you should do everything yourself to save money. But here's what the saving mindset does not understand. Your time is not infinite, and the energy you spend on small, repetitive tasks is energy you cannot spend on bigger things. Things like rest, like relationships, like thinking clearly about what you actually want. When you pay someone to clean your house, you're not wasting money. You are buying back 2 hours of your life. The question is not whether that's expensive. The question is what those 2 hours are worth to you. And the saving mindset was never designed to answer that question. It was designed to say no to everything. The real shift happens when you stop asking how much does this cost and start asking how much of my life does this take. A long commute saves you rent money, but it costs you 10 hours a week. A cheap appliance breaks in 6 months, but it costs you the time to replace it, research it, argue about the warranty. A low-paying job feels safe because it's stable, but it costs you years of learning and growth. The saving mindset sees only the money leaving your account. The investing mindset sees time as the real currency. And once you see that, everything changes, because money can be earned again, time cannot. But here's the part most people miss. The shift from saving to investing is not about stocks or portfolios. It's about trust. Saving says, I do not trust the future, so I will hoard now. Investing says, I trust that my resources will grow if I place them wisely. And that includes investing in your own time, hiring help, learning a skill, taking a lower-paying job with more freedom. These are investments. They don't pay off immediately. They pay off in months or years, in energy, clarity, and space to breathe. And that uncertainty is terrifying to a brain that learned to survive by holding tight. So you resist. You tell yourself you cannot afford to outsource. You cannot afford to say no to overtime. You cannot afford to rest. But the truth is quieter. The truth is you can afford it. You just don't trust that you'll be okay if you stop gripping so hard. And this is where money becomes emotional. The brain does something unexpected here. It confuses the pain of spending with the pain of loss. When you consider paying for time, your brain reacts the same way it would react to losing money in a fire: alarm, fear,
Guilt. That reaction is not based on logic. It is based on old wiring that says every dollar spent is a dollar gone forever. But that's not true anymore. You are not living paycheck to paycheck. You have savings. You have a buffer. The rules have changed, but your brain is still playing the old game. That's why the shift feels so hard. Not because you are weak, because you are asking your brain to unlearn a survival instinct, and survival instincts don't go quietly. Your relationship with money changes completely when you stop measuring your worth by your bank balance and start measuring your life by how it feels to live it. This is the identity shift. When you were younger, or when you had less, saving was heroic. It was how you escaped danger. It was how you proved you were responsible. But now, the same behavior that saved you is starting to trap you, because saving without purpose becomes hoarding, and hoarding is not freedom. Freedom is the ability to say yes to a lazy Sunday without guilt. Freedom is the ability to pay for help when you're exhausted. Freedom is looking at your calendar and seeing empty space not because you have nothing to do, but because you have chosen to leave it empty. That empty space is not wasted time. It is the whole point, and you cannot buy it with savings. You can only buy it with trust. This behavior reduces stress in a way saving never can. Saving reduces stress by building a wall against disaster. That works, but it's a heavy wall. You have to maintain it, worry about it, check it. Investing in time reduces stress by removing the disaster from your daily experience altogether. Imagine you hire someone to clean your house. The stress of a messy kitchen disappears, not because you saved money, because you spent money to make a problem go away permanently. That's not wasteful. That's leverage. And leverage is how you stop treading water and start floating. The metaphor is not a safety net, it's an anchor. An anchor holds you steady so you don't have to constantly swim against the current. Saving builds the anchor. Investing in time drops it into the water. And once it's dropped, you can finally stop moving and just be. So, if you have read this far and you recognize yourself, here's what I want you to hear. You are not wrong for saving. You are not wrong for feeling guilty when you spend on yourself. That guilt kept you safe for a long time. It was a good friend, but friends can sometimes overstay their welcome. The fact that you are even considering the idea of buying time means you have already done the hard part. You have built the foundation. You have the savings. You have the buffer. Now you're just learning to trust it, and trust takes time. Not advice, not a 5-step plan, just the quiet realization that your life is made of hours, not dollars, and every hour you give away to something you could have paid someone else to do is an hour you never get back. That's not a reason to feel guilty, that's just a reason to pause, to notice, to ask yourself, what is this hour worth to me? And whatever answer comes, it's the right one, because it's yours, and you don't need to change it. You just needed someone to tell you that wanting time more than money doesn't make you lazy. It makes you human, and that is more than enough.